Hello, dear delegates of this workshop. I'm Danny Zhou from the Central Conservatory of Music. I'm currently in Beijing recording my video presentation. I'm really sorry that I wasn't able to join the presentation. I wasn't able to log into the Zoom room. I don't know why, and probably because of the firewall, the Great Firewall here in China. But I was able to connect to other Zoom rooms, and I was able to initiate a Zoom meeting by myself. So it was really strange. But anyway, thank you for sparing time watching this video presentation. I hope you will enjoy it. And as you can see, today my presentation, my topic is called Analyzing Timing Difference Between Orchestras, an empirical study of the Viennese rhythm in recorded performances of the Blue Danube. So this is actually a article published in Music Analysis, a journal, in English journal last year. If you want to read it, if you're interested, you can go to the official website of this journal and search for volume 33, issue 2, or you can contact me by email, by WhatsApp, by Instagram, or whatever platform, and I will send the full text to you if you're not a subscriber of this journal. So first of all, I would like to introduce the contents of my presentation today. First of all, I'm going to talk about the background of my research, where has my ideas come from, and then I'm going to talk about the specific research question that I explored and answered. And then I'm going to talk about the procedure of my analysis and the results. And then I'm going to talk about the implications of the results and the significance of my research before I make a conclusion. So first of all, the background. Current research has studied many aspects of musical timing, but today I'm going to focus on one of the most ignored, neglected, but powerful aspect, which is meter. Not rhythm, not tempo, but the internal timing of each beat. Research has extensively studied a variety of timing features in performance, such as dotted rhythm in Baroque music, hands dislocation, the two hands are not playing at the same time when they should be, in piano performance, and rhythmic flexibility in Romantic repertoire. All these timing features are not written in the score, but are interpretative decisions made by the performers. However, existing research has seldom explored the timing of beats. It's also focused almost exclusively on solo performances and neglected orchestral performances. To fill these two gaps, I conducted research into a timing pattern that I thought would generate interesting results. It is the Viennese rhythm. So what exactly is the Viennese rhythm? In a waltz, we expect the three beats to be played like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in a waltz. But in the actual performance of some of the waltzes, the beats are sometimes played 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with the second beat elongated or lengthened, and the third beat delayed. And this expressive gesture is called the Viennese rhythm. Okay, so you know what is Viennese rhythm now, but where can we hear this pattern? In which performance can we find it? In a documentary entitled "What's the Secret Behind the Vienna Philharmonic's Unique Sound?", musicians from the orchestra claimed that there is a unique feature of the Viennese style. Let's spare 1 to 2 minutes to watch the beginning part of this video, which you can find in YouTube and made by the Euro News.
Is proudly presented by Rolex.
Mich war es natürlich irgendwie so eine Erfüllung eines Traumes, den ich als Kind, als Jugendlicher mitbekommen habe.
Also für mich ist es ja ganz anders, weil es war irgendwas, was man nicht erreichen kann.
I was always thinking, wow, my dream to be part of this special group of people.
For me, it's not only a dream, but a huge privilege.
The Vienna Philharmonic is a legendary orchestra, known for its unique sound, but what makes it so special? What's the secret behind the Viennese sound? The orchestra is famous for its sweeping waltzes played at its New Year's concert.
Das Besondere irgendwo und warum uns, glaube ich, die ganze Welt beneidet, ist doch irgendwie das Gefühl für den Rhythmus mit dieser 2, die ein bisschen früh kommt, die 3, die ein bisschen spät kommt und das gepaart mit einer wunderschönen Melodie, die unserem Orchester auf den Leib geschrieben ist.
Ja, es hat auch dieses Gefühl, wenn man die Walze tanzt, dass man wirklich so immer in Kreisen geht, immer in Bewegung ist, immer beweglich ist. Ich kann nicht von Erfahrung sprechen, weil ich 2 linke Füße habe, aber ich habe gesehen und ich habe gehört, dass es sehr schön ist.
As you can see in this video, musicians of the Vienna Philharmonic claimed that the Viennese rhythm is commonly found in their performances. And they also assert that this is part of their unique style, tailor-made for their orchestras, in their own words. When I saw this video, questions immediately came to my mind. Is the Viennese rhythm really a unique feature of the Vienna Philharmonic? And do other orchestras really not play in this way at all? So to test my doubt and the assumption made by those musicians, I measured beat level timing in 30 recordings of one of the most performed waltzes around the world, which is the Blue Danube. I selected 2 passages, Waltz Theme 1 and Waltz Theme 5, where the accompaniment is clearly on the beat, which allowed me to tap and measure each beat on set. I divided the sample into 2 groups. So the first group is the Vienna Philharmonic's recording, and the second group are the recordings made by other professional orchestras, other world-class professional orchestras. I classified every bar I measured by its timing pattern, the metrical timing pattern, according to the relative length of beat in each bar. There are totally 13 patterns, as you can see on this table. For example, the first pattern is that the length of the first beat equals to that of the second beat, which is also equals to the length of the third beat. And the second pattern, pattern 2, shows that the first beat is longer than the second beat, which is further longer than the third beat, which is the shortest. Attention should be paid to the sixth pattern, pattern 6, which is pointed by the red arrow here. In pattern 6, the second beat is the longest, and the first beat is the shortest, while the third beat is in between. And this is exactly the timing pattern of the Viennese rhythm we were talking about. So how often do the 2 groups of orchestras, the Vienna Philharmonic and other professional orchestras, how often do they play the Viennese rhythm? So this shows the results. In the Vienna Philharmonic's recording, 39% of all bars are played with the Viennese rhythm. In other orchestras, only 18% are played in Viennese rhythm among all the bars I measured. So that's twice as often. And this means, although the Viennese rhythm is not an exclusive feature of the Vienna Philharmonic, the orchestra does use it more frequently, more often than other orchestras. In other words, all orchestras appear to use the Viennese rhythm to a greater or lesser extent. It is the frequency with which this feature is demonstrated in performance that differentiate the Vienna Philharmonic and other orchestras. In addition to the differences in the quantity of playing the Viennese rhythm, that is how often it is played, the Vienna Philharmonic also differs from its counterparts in the quality of this feature. That is the extent to which the second beat is elongated, how long they play the second beat. And this figure shows the relative average length of the three beats in the two respective waltz themes. And these are in relative terms, as you can see on the y-axis, it's in arbitrary unit. So I put all the first beat, for example, I measure them into, standardize them into 1 second. And the result of the Vienna Philharmonic's column show that their recordings of the first waltz theme, as you can see on the left orange bar, the second beat is 38% longer than the first. And as you can see in the second orange bar, which shows the length of the second beat of other orchestras, it is only 17% longer than the first bar. So there's a clear difference here. A similar difference applies to the fifth waltz theme, as you can see on the third orange bar and the fourth orange bar. In the recordings of the Vienna Philharmonic, the second beat is only 24% longer than the first, whereas in other orchestras, it is only a barely audible 6% longer. In summary, the Viennese rhythm is played not only more, the Viennese rhythm is played not only more often, but also more pronouncedly in the Vienna Philharmonic's recording than other orchestras. As you can see the summary of this finding at the bottom of the screen. Moreover, in both groups of orchestras, the extent to which the second beat is elongated is greater in the first theme than in the fifth theme. That means the Viennese rhythm is generally played more prominently in the first theme than in the fifth, which is the last waltz theme before the long coda. Two major musical implications emerge from the results. So first, the results show that the extent to which the Viennese rhythm is employed is not constant or not even throughout their performance. That this extent is greater in the first theme than in the fifth suggests that the Vienna Philharmonic tends to use the Viennese rhythm in more expressive and structurally important passages. The first theme is generally played at a slower tempo, which may leave more room for tempo and rhythmic flexibility. In addition, the first theme is usually played at a lower dynamic level than the fifth, making the former more lyrical. The grace notes in the top voice of the melody also create a sense of lightheartedness. All these features make the first theme sound more expressive than the fifth. Apart from expressivity, the difference in the extent to which the Viennese rhythm is used between the first and the fifth themes can also be explained from a structural perspective. The first theme is the main theme of the waltz, and it appears after a lengthy, mysterious introduction with flexible tempo and weak rhythmic sense. An elongated second beat draws listeners' attention to the underlying metrical pulse that emerges after the flexible tempo introduction. Prominent Viennese rhythms played in the first theme help establish the character of a Viennese waltz right at the beginning and identify the Vienna Philharmonic's performance very clearly and prominently. Secondly, the result suggests that the Vienna Philharmonic manipulates metrical rhythm with and against the rhythm of the melody in an interactive manner to heighten the sense of dance motion. The results indicate that there is an underlying pattern that governs the use of Viennese rhythm in performance. The the orchestra tends to play Vienna's rhythm in bars that have an so-called empty second beat in the melody. That is, the melody has either a rest or a sustained note on the second beat. An early second beat in the accompaniment, that is the anticipation, which is made the second beat early, combines perfectly with an empty second beat in the melody. And this enhances rhythmic sense in the waltz. While the melody provides a fully sensuous embodiment of the waltz rhythm by playing on the upbeat and the downbeat only. The accompaniment injects spontaneity and defies the mechanical periodicity that is usually associated with meter. That makes the meter less mechanical and more motion-like. And this rhythmic give and take between the melody and the accompaniment explains why many recordings by the Vienna Philharmonic play the Viennese rhythm only in those bars with an empty second beat in the melody. Perhaps to make room for the Vienna Philharmonic, perhaps to make room for the Viennese rhythm and enable this rhythmic give and take, many of the Strauss family's well-known waltzes have a melody that is dominated by empty second beats, as you can see on this screen, and these are all the pieces that has a main theme that shows the empty second beat. So in conclusion, what can we conclude from this study? This research suggests that in the Vienna Philharmonic's performance of the Blue Danube, metrical rhythm is far more than mechanical reproduction of a preordained set of time division. Rather, mechanical rhythm can be used as a spontaneous expressive device that creates a rich, fully sensuous embodiment of music's durational process, as many recent studies have suggested. The examination of the Viennese rhythm, a performance gesture that can hardly be reviewed by the score, indicates that the analysis of rhythm in general requires the consideration of the combination of performance and the score. The results in this study also reveal that expressive features in an orchestral performance are not only induced by conductor, but also can be intrinsically produced by the orchestra itself. As you can see, the Viennese rhythm is impossible to be conducted. This insight necessitates further research into commonality and differences in performance style across orchestras, a long-standing gap in musicology. This research contributes to the scholarship by identifying a feature that distinguishes the Vienna Philharmonic from other professional world-class orchestras. Despite this limited scope, it paves the way for a wider and deeper investigation of performance style in orchestral music, particularly stylistic differences between orchestras themselves. And that's all for my presentation. It's exactly 20 minutes. And again, I apologize for not having been able to connect to the Zoom and presenting to you live. And thank you very much for watching this video. I will be very happy to answer questions about this presentation. You can email me. You can also ask by other means. I will also try to join the workshop, the Zoom room later. And if you're interested, again, you can you can read my article published on music analysis. There's many other aspects of my research that are not presented here in this presentation because of the time constraint. And I look forward to discussing my research with you in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for organizing this conference, and thank you very much for participating in this conference. I'm Danny from the Central Conservatory.